is Paola Pietri. I'm a yoga teacher in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and today we have a vinyasa class. It is all levels, so feel free to join me. All you really need is your yoga mat, maybe some props if you think you're gonna need them, like blocks, books, yoga straps, belts, towels, anything will do it. So let's begin today on Shavasana. So come flat on the mat, taking your legs mat width apart, windshield your feet, arms by the sides, hands facing up, or feel free to take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Allowing this time to relax. To be present. Connecting to your breath. And begin by taking deep inhales through the nose and long and steady exhales through the nose. Scanning the body from head to toes and releasing any tension in the body. Letting go of anything that does not serve you any longer. Allowing the space for everything and anything you want to welcome into your life. Sorry. Practicing retention at the top of the inhalation, holding your breath, staying full for a few seconds, and then slowly and gently exhale through the nose. And when you get to the bottom of the exhalation, stay empty. Pause for a few seconds. Take a moment in here to set an intention for your practice, maybe an intention for your day, even the week, the month. Take the arms overhead and give yourself a morning stretch, pointing toes, flexing, engaging the whole body. Draw the knees to the chest and give yourself a hug. Rocking side to side or finding stillness. Massaging your lower back. Keep your right leg in and extend your left leg to the front of the mat. Option to have your left leg engage or relax. Maybe taking your left hand to your left hip and just pressing down on the left hip. Using the strength of the right arm to pull that knee a little closer to your chest, maybe a little closer to the mat. With your index and your middle finger, grab the big toe of the right foot and start straining in the right leg. Taking the right leg all the way up to the sky. You can bend the knee if that feels better, or you can grab one of your belts or yoga strap, maybe the towel. And just breathing here. Take the left arm to the side, and then gently we're gonna start taking the right leg towards the right side, keeping the right leg straight if possible. If not, feel free to bend the knee. Engage your core and take your right leg all the way up. Release the right arm, and now with the left hand, grab the outside of the right foot and take your right leg for a twist. Keeping the right shoulder on the mat, gaze over the right shoulder for a gentle twist. Option to stay here or bend the left knee and grab the foot for a deeper twist, a deeper stretch. And when you're ready, release. Engage your core and take your right leg all the way up. And gracefully, we're gonna take the right leg all the way to the front of the mat to meet your left. Inviting the left knee in. Give the left knee a hug. Take your right hand to the right hip and just press down on the right hip, engaging or relaxing the right leg. Pulling the left knee a little closer to the chest. Grab your big toe with your index and your middle finger and start straightening in the left leg. Right arm reaches out and start taking the left leg towards the left side. Take your left leg all the way up. And with the right hand, grab the outside of the left foot, left arm reaches out. Taking the left leg for a twist. Left shoulder flat on the mat for a gentle twist. And just breathing here. Stay or bend the right leg. Grab the foot. Release the right leg. And now take your left leg all the way up. Now with control, take the left leg to the front of the mat to meet the right. Bring the knees to the chest. Take your hands behind the legs and rock yourself to a comfortable seated position. So now come on your tabletop. Stacking the shoulders on top of the wrist, and your hips on top of the knees. We're gonna warm up the spine from the inside out. We're gonna take some cat-cows. So look up, drop the belly, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, and exhale, slowly round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, come up. Exhale, round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, halloween cat. Exaggerate the move. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Cow. Cat. Come back to neutral. Take your fingers to the outside of the mat, spread all 10 fingers, and let's warm up the wrist. Grabbing the mat firmly. Start making circles with your hands. Today I woke up with really bad allergies. Flip your hands upside down so the palms are facing the sky. Option to bend the elbows or keep the elbows straight. Flip your hands back to the mat. Tuck your toes and push yourself into your first downward facing dog. Find stillness or start walking your dog, coming high on your toes. Stretching your hamstrings. Keep pushing the mat away, sending your hips all the way up and back. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Find stillness. Bring both heels back to the mat. Look up. Don't walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly fall forward. Shifting the weight into your toes instead of your heels. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, rocking side to side. Finding stillness. You can bend the knees, taking the chest a little closer to your thighs. Hanging heavy in here, releasing any tension on the lower back. Now release your bind if you have one. And I like to start engaging our core before we start flowing. So if your hands are not flat on the mat, feel free to grab some blocks, maybe some books. Taking your left hand to the mat, blocks or books, about 6 inches away from your left toes. Spread all 5 fingers. With your index or your middle finger of your right hand, grab the big toe of the right foot. Start shifting the weight into the left leg. Engage your core. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, slowly start taking your right leg all the way up. Avoid sinking into the left hip. Connect to your breath. And then slowly start taking your right leg back to the mat. Release the right foot. Reconnect to your breath, and now take your right hand to the mat, blocks or books. Index and middle finger grab the big toe of the left foot. Shift the weight into the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, slowly start taking the left leg all the way up. Connect to your breath, connect to your core. And gracefully take your left leg back to the mat. Release. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart, Samastitihi. Step to the front of the mat. Reconnect to your intention. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, jump walk. Or take your right leg back. Left leg follows. Chaturanga. Elbows facing back, hugging the rib cage. Up dog cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, you can always modify. Listen to your body and honor your body. Bring your feet a little closer together. Inhale, sweep your right leg all the way up. Come high on the toes of the left foot. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift the weight forward. Engage your core, stacking the shoulders on top of the rest. Pushing the mat away. Kick your right leg all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your right leg through. And we're going to come into a supported low lunge. Bring the left knee and toes to the mat. Come up. If you're all the way up here, that's completely fine. Remember, you are where you are in the process. Enjoy the journey. It's not about the destination. And just keep sending your hips forward and up. Taking your hands either to the right knee or taking your hands to the mat. Make sure that your right knee is stuck on top of your right heel and your left leg is in one straight line all the way from the left hip to the left toes. We're opening the psoas right here. And just breathe. Now take your hands to the mat and start coming into the left knee. Bend. Flex the foot. So your toes are facing up and you're stretching your right hamstring. Stacking the right hip on top of the, your left hip on top of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly start falling forward over the right leg. Keeping a flat back. So if you're rounding the spine, you're better off coming halfway instead of coming all the way with a round back. Send your right hip back and your left hip forward. Come up halfway. And now walk the left hand over the left leg and start walking both hands towards the right side of the mat. Now your foot pivots towards the right side of the mat and keep shifting that right hip back and your left hip forward. Twisting as much as you can. You know your body, so make sure that you don't feel any pain. You're gonna feel discomfort, but once again, make sure that you listen to your body. This one can be really intense on your hips. Start coming back to center. Bend the right knee, and now walk the right foot out. Coming into your lizard lunge, stay high or come down to your forearms. You can also come into the outer edge of the right foot and rock side to side. Come into your left hand or your left forearm and take your right hand to the right knee. Pushing the right knee out. Look up. Gently opening the right hip a little bit more. You can stay here, or you can bend the left knee, grab the foot, taking the foot a little closer to your glutes to stretch your quads. Release. Come back to your hands and now walk your right foot in for your sleeping pigeon. So your sleeping pigeon is going to look different depending on your hips. So if your hips are tight, you can walk your right foot in. So now your foot is a little closer to your groins. You can stack a block, a pillow under your hips, or if your hips are more open, then walk your leg forward so the chin should be parallel to the front of the mat. Make sure that your hips are square. Your left leg is in one straight line all the way from the hips to the toes. So hips are square. Sit up tall in here. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, slowly start walking the hands forward, melting the chest to the mat. If you have a pillow, you can grab the pillow. Maybe you grab blocks. I'm just surrendering here. Make sure that you keep pressing both hips down to the mat. Some people are going to be just sitting on the right hip, so make sure that both hips are flat on the mat. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Another option is to thread the needle, taking the left arm under the right arm. Now take your right arm around the back to find the toes of the right foot. Opening your shoulders. If you want to play, feel free to play. Yogi's choice. So you can bend the left knee, take the foot to the crease of the left arm, take your right arm up, take a bind for your mermaid and look up. You can play with your king pigeon. Or you can play with your flying pigeon. So flying pigeon is an arm balance. So come all the way up, bend the left knee, flex the foot. So you create, it's important to flex the foot because that's going to avoid the foot for sliding down the tricep. Spread all 10 fingers. Index and middle finger are facing forward. Grab the mat firmly. Start shifting the weight forward, taking your right leg on top of your triceps. Maybe pick up the left leg off the mat and then slowly stay there or start straightening the left leg all the way up. That's your flying pigeon if you are into arm balances. And whenever you're ready, come back into your sleeping pigeon. Take your hands in front of the right leg. Tuck the toes of the left foot. Push yourself up. Kick your right leg all the way up to the sky. And take your three-leg vinyasa, regular vinyasa, or skip your vinyasa. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little closer together. Inhale, sweep your left leg all the way up. Come high on the toes of the right foot. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, or knee to forehead, or knee to chest. Kick your left leg all the way up to the sky. Bring the left knee back to your nose and step it through, coming into your supported low lunge. Hands to the knees or hands to the mat. Keep shifting your hips forward and up. Hips are square. Take your hands to the mat. Start straining in the left leg. Flex the foot so you stretch your left hamstring. Inhale, lengthen, keep it flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Sending the right hip back and the left hip. The right hip forward and the left hip back. Come up halfway. And now walk the right hand over the left leg and start walking both hands towards the left side of the mat. Pivot your left foot towards the left side of the mat for a deeper hip opener. Making that twist as deep as you want, keeping in mind what your body is telling you. And just keep sending the left hip back and your right hip forward. Breathing in here. And then slowly walk the right hand over the left leg. Bend the left knee. Walk the foot out. And come into your forearms for your lizard lunge. You can take the left foot to the outer edge, maybe rocking side to side if that feels good. Come into the right hand if you're up, or come on to your right forearm, taking the left hand to the left knee and just pushing the left knee out. Look up. Or gently opening the left hip just a little bit more if possible. Breathing in here. Remember, we always go deeper on the exhale. So if you feel that you can open the left hip a little bit more, just push gently on the left knee. Breathing into the left hip. Option to bend the right knee, grab the foot. Release the left leg. Come back into your hands and now start walking the left foot in for your sleeping pigeon. Remember your alignment. Your left leg is in one straight line from the left hip to the left toes. If your hips are tight, walk the left foot in. If they're more open, walk the leg out. Square your hips. Inhale. Exhale, slowly walk the hands forward, melting the chest to the mat, pressing evenly on your hips. Just take this moment to practice gratitude, feeling grateful for all your blessings, for everyone in your family, your friends, for yourself. Feeling grateful for everything your body does for you on a daily basis. Enjoying this beautiful journey of yoga. And remember, yoga is an internal practice. I mean, the asanas take us deep into our mind, take us deep into our feelings, who we really are, help us grow. That's the whole intention about the asanas. We meditate as we move. We get to know our bodies better. We get to find that connection to our deepest self through the asanas. So whenever you're ready, come up. If you want to play, bend the the right knee, grab the foot, take the foot to the crease of the right arm, left arm reaches up, interlace the hands, gaze over the left shoulder. If you want to play with your king pigeon, grab the foot, and if you want to play with your sleeping pigeon, come up high, bend the left knee, flex the foot so you create your hug and your leg doesn't slide down the right tricep. Shift the weight forward, spread all 10 fingers, take your right leg up or start taking your right leg up, your right leg all the way up to the sky. And whenever you're ready, come back to your sleeping pigeon. Take your hands in front of the left leg. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Push yourself up. Kick your left leg all the way up to the sky. Take a three-legged vinyasa, regular vinyasa, or skip your vinyasa. And we all meet in downward facing dog for 5 breaths. And if your body's asking you to take a child's pose, take a child's pose. Listen to your body, honor your body. Take a water break. Do whatever makes you happy. We got one more breath in here. Look up, jump, walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, look up. Exhale, jump or walk, chaturanga. Inhale, up the cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll yourself into a plank pose. Keep pushing the mat away. Engage your shoulders, engage your core. High on your toes. Now walk your right hand a few inches to the left and now come into the outside of the right foot. Left arm reaches up. Side plank. Stay here or pick up the left foot off the mat. Maybe you grab the toes, coming into a split. Option to take your right knee to the mat. So take any variation your body's asking you to do today. And just breathing here. Take your left hand back to the mat. Back into your high plank. Left hand walks a few inches to the right. Right arm comes up. Same variation they did on the other side, do on this side to keep your body balanced. Lift up your hips. Take your right hand to the mat. Come back into your high plank. And now roll yourself back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg all up. Come high on the toes of the left foot. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, sweep your right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. And now walk your right hand over the right leg. Walking both hands and feet towards the right side of the mat. Coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Either taking your hands to the mat to find your balance or grabbing the legs using the strength of the arms to pull the body a little closer to your thighs. Keep a straight back. You can make your stand as wide as you want. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the right knee, coming into your Skandasana, low side lunge. Make sure that your right toes are facing the top left corner of the mat. If you can have the right heel flat on the mat, you can always place a block under and just sit on top of your block. Either taking your hands to prayer, or maybe take the right arm, wrap it around the right knee, left arm reaches up, exhale, walk the left shoulder back. Maybe taking a full bind. Gaze up. You can bring the hips to the mat. With the left hand, grab the right leg, right arm reaches up for a side bend, maybe to find the left foot. Rolling that right shoulder a little bit more, offering the heart. And just breathing here. Come back to your Skandasana, low side lunge. And now we're gonna transition into the other side. Either taking the hands to the mat to bring your body up, or using the strength of the legs. So whatever you did on the other side, do on this side. Stay or play. We're gonna come back into our wide-legged forward fold, however you can. And now we're gonna pivot both feet to face the left corners of the mat, bend the knees, and come up. Goddess pose. Taking the hands either to prayer, or taking your hands to the knees, maybe taking your hands to cactus, and then squat down a little bit lower, and maybe a little bit lower. And see if you can bring the right heel up. Bring it down. Left heel up. Bring it down. And then start coming all the way up into standing. Beautiful job. Now pivot the body towards the front of the mat. Coming into your pyramid pose. So both heels are flat on the mat. Your back foot is on the 45. Facing the top left corner of the mat. Both legs are straight. If you need to walk your back foot forward, you can do so. Inhale, lengthen. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep a flat back. Send your right hip back, your left hip forward. Once again, remember, if you can keep a straight back, you're better off by coming halfway instead of rounding the spine, trying to take your forehead to the knee. You can stay here, or you can take a reverse prayer by taking the arms around the back, taking the hands together, rolling the shoulders back. You can take your hands to the mat, fingers facing back, shifting the weight into the right leg, engage your core, and pick up the left leg off the mat. Whenever you're ready, come up. Come high on the toes of the right foot. Push the mat away and sweep your right leg all the way up to the sky. And take your vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little closer together. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Come high on the toes of the right foot. Exhale, knee to nose or knee to chest. Inhale, sweep your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, knee to chest, round the spine. Step your left leg through and come into your wide-legged forward fold, facing the right corner of the mat, of the right side of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Hello. Keep pressing into the outer edge of the feet. Engage your inner thighs. Either take your hands to the mat or grab the legs, keeping a flat back. Hang heavy here. And just breathe. Bend the left knee, coming into your Skandasana, low side lunge. So instead of taking your hips to the mat, if you wanna play, you can stay here on your Skandasana, or you can come into your compass goddess or goddess compass. And we're gonna take the right shoulder under the right knee, hug the knee to the shoulder. With the left hand, grab the outside of the right foot and start straining in the leg. And when you're ready, come back into your Skandasana. And we're gonna do the other side. So come all the way up, bend the right knee, back into your Skandasana. Stay here or play. Take the left shoulder under the left knee, hook the left leg on top. With the right hand, grab the outside of the right foot, start straightening in the leg. And whenever you're ready, come back into your Skandasana, push yourself up, back into your wide-legged forward fold. And now we're gonna walk both hands and feet to face the front of the mat, framing the left leg, back foot is on the 45. Sending your left hip back, your right hip forward. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold forward. Remember to keep it flat back. Stay or play. Maybe you play with your reverse prayer. Maybe you take your hands to the mat. Engage your core, shift the weight into the left leg, pick up the right leg off the mat. Breathe in here. Take your hands to the mat. If they're not there yet, push the mat away. Come high on the toes of the right foot. Inhale, sweep the left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, take your chaturanga. Take your vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog for 5 breaths, guys. And if you want to take a child's pose, take your child's pose as we slowly start coming towards the end of the practice. One more last breath in here. And now bend the knees. And come flat on the mat. We're gonna do a little bit of core. So we're gonna send all the legs all the way up. Take your arms to the front of the mat or behind, overhead, if you're laying on the opposite direction. So just take the arms overhead. And this is a great core exercise that I like to practice when before I start practicing my press handstands. It's a great way to engage your core. So we're gonna bring the legs all the way up, keep the core engaged. Bring the legs all the way down. And then we're gonna engage the core, send the hips up, toes to touch the wrist. And slowly with control, bring the legs down, come up, hips go up, toes to touch the wrist. And let's do this 20 times. So this is 19. Connect to your breath. 18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And on this last one, let's just pump, 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 pump. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly take your legs all the way back to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. Now bring your feet to the mat. Heels close to your glutes. Toes and knees are facing forward. Press through your heels and now send your hips up. Engage your glutes, engage your inner thighs. If you have a block, you can place a block in between your legs and just hug the blocks with your legs. You can walk the shoulders under, maybe interlace the hands. Another option is to come high on your toes and then the hips a little bit higher. And just breathe in here. This is a great way to stretch your ab muscles. And when you're ready, release the bind. If you have one, come high, come back to your heels and bring the hips to the mat. Send the legs all the way up. Take your plow, your shoulders in. Your ear pressure, your fish pose. Take any variation of your choice. Remember to be mindful of your spines whenever you're ready to calm down. Take your hands to your lower back. Bring your knees back to your chest. Sweep your legs up, grab the outside of your feet. For your happy baby, bend the knees. From here, stay or take your straddle so you can grab anywhere. So if you need to grab your inner thighs, your calf, maybe your heels. And whenever you're ready, take your legs to the front of the mat, windshield your feet mat width apart, arms by the sides. Relax your feet, relax your legs, relax your glutes, your back, your belly, chest, shoulders, arms, neck, head, face, lips, eyes. And just take this moment to feel the benefits of your yoga practice. Listening to your heart and your breath dancing together. Feeling grateful for this amazing practice. To help us connect our breath, our mind, our soul. As always, I like to remind you that you're beautiful, that you're perfect the way you are. You're strong, you're fearless, you're brave, you're worthy, you are enough, and you are unstoppable. Stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want. Taking this moment to take care of yourself, knowing that the only way you can take care of other people, take care of your family, your friends, is by taking care of you first. I want to thank you all so much for sharing your amazing energy with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.